John Kavakis here, and this is my take. And today we're going to take a look at Goldvarg's brand new 1962 Buick Invicta station wagon. Now, to understand this car, you need to know what was going on in the car industry. Now, in 1961, there was a seismic shift in American car design. Gone were the towering fins of the 50s, gone were the chrome-laden land yachts of the 50s, gone were those massive overhangs, in particular in the rear of the cars, gone were the landing strip rear decks. And there were new designs. They were clean, they were sharp. They actually looked a little bit lithe and maybe a little bit nimble. And so the economy had something to do with that. Sales of small cars were on the rise. But it was just time for a change. There was a new attitude in the United States, new president was going on. Yeah, I mean, you know, there was just a whole lot going on. And the auto industry was keeping up with that. Now, Buick had sported a brand new look in 61. It was sharp, it was creased, it was light, it was airy. The cars weren't really all that much smaller, but they looked smaller and they just looked a lot more modern. Delicate roof lines, the accents on the side. Instead of chrome all over, they had creases and design lines that would go from the front to the back. And Buick was right in the middle of this design revolution. Now, in 1962, they came up with an even more refined designs, and this showed up really well on the Invicta series. The Invicta series was kind of like the old Super series, and what it was they took the body and the chassis of the LeSabre and they put the engines of the Electra into them. So you had the full-size engines in the what for that time was a mid-size car. So it was a legacy that Buick had been doing all the way since 1938, and they did it well. And what you had was a little bit of a gentleman's express. Now, that was true also of the station wagon. Instead of a stodgy family wagon, they had a fully equipped, sharp-looking, spacious, luxurious-looking, very classy-looking station wagon with a big engine in it, and it was very successful for Buick. They did a fantastic job, and that's the car that Goldvarg has modeled for us in 143rd. Now, they're going to make them in two colors. I've got both colors for you right here. The first one is Fawn Mist, and the second one is Cadet Blue Poly. They're making 200 of each. I'm going to get them out of the box. We'll get them onto the turntable, give you a close look at them, and then I'll tell you where you can buy them and how much they are. The first thing that jumps out at you on this one is the color. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I got to tell you something. This is a great color combination, and the color is very rich looking. There's not a lot of flake in it, but between the paint and the interior and the white roof, this one's just a stunner. Take a look at that grille and that badging. Everything just pops on this. The little details that make or break your car. This one's got them in spades. Take a look at the windshield wipers and the vents below the windshield wipers. Very well picked out. The back of the car is no different. It's the badging. It's the minute detail. It's the lensing and everything that really makes things pop out. But look at that luggage rack. That's a little work of art as well. The overall fidelity of the model is really good. I mean, they've got all the lines right, the proportions are right, the angles are right. Put the calipers to it. It's a precise 1/43rd scale. We've come to expect that from Goldvarg. No disappointments here. Now, the blue is equally stunning. I'm still working on my lighting on these metallics. They show up as a lot more metal flake than they do in hand. But I wanted you to see how deep the color is. Really well done. And the flake is to scale. Under the studio lights, they pop out a little bit more. But a very striking contrast between the blue and the white and the light blue interior. Wheel covers, superb. This is an area that Goldvarg's been working on. It really shows. Take a look at that centerpiece and a delicate ring around it. Keep in mind, this is 1/43rd. Blown up, it would exaggerate any deficiencies. It's just a beautiful wheel cover. Let's take a look at the dash on that fawn beige one. The really beautiful work. This is another area that Goldvarg seems to be working hard on. The detail on the dash, the details on things like the steering wheel, the door panels, the seats, very realistic looking, and it shows. So I gravitate towards the blue. I just like that dark blue, and that blues that they had in the early to mid 60s were just fabulous. But I got to tell you something, I'd have a hard time trying to decide what color to get, because that fawn is just so classy looking. Two very nice models from Goldvarg. He's at the top of his game, and it's good to see it. So there they are. Now the retail on them is $99, and you can buy them direct from Goldvarg at goldvargcollections.com. Your favorite dealer is probably going to have them as well, but if you want one and you want to make sure you get one, I would suggest you go directly to the Goldvarg website. Some of the dealers have them on pre-order. You might be able to reserve one, but they're only making 200 of each. And I know some people like to wait for the secondary market. Every now and then you'll see one of these show up on the secondary market for a little bit less than the issue price, but you really are taking a chance, because if they all get snatched up by the dealers and in their collections, they might not show up on the secondary market. So if you're interested, I say jump on it real quick. These have a tendency to sell out quickly, and they're two beautiful colors. So that's my take on Goldvarg's 1962 Buick Invicta wagon. I hope you liked the model. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like in the right-hand corner. Of course, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I really appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. We're over 900 subscribers now, headed for 1,000. I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for your time. I'll be back again real soon.